Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Foothills Cemetery Board meeting for Thursday, December 18th, 2025 at 9:31. So we'll call this meeting to order at 9:31. And just a little reminder that this meeting is being live streamed and will be posted onto the Foothills County website. And when you please make the motion, please read the motion as we have it prepared, unless there is a friendly amendment to it. And I'm just going to start off because we do have some new members here today. So we're just going to start with a few little introductions. And I can start her off. My name is Hazel Martin. I'm a counselor with the town of Diamond Valley and the chairperson of the cemetery board. So, Ed, can we get you, please?
Sure. My name's Ed McNevin, and I'm a representative of the Turner Valley Legion, Branch 78, for the Cemetery Board.
Jonathan?
Yeah, I'm Jonathan Gordon, counselor here with the town of Diamond Valley. I'm the alternate, but Cindy Holiday wasn't able to make it today, so I get to step in her place.
Thank you. Arlene?
Hi, Arlene O'Brien. I'm the member at large for the cemetery board.
Thank you, Arlene. Councillor Kendall.
Laura Kendall. I'm counselor with Foothills County Division 3 and happy to be a new member on the Foothills Cemetery Board.
Welcome, Laura.
Welcome.
And we have Alger.
You bet. Morning, everybody. Alan Alger. I'm a counselor with Foothills County in Division 5, and I am an alternate on this board, and I chair the county's cemetery committee. So I always tune into this meeting just so I keep track of both sides of all cemeteries within Foothills. Thanks.
Thank you. Joanna?
Sorry, Hazel. I also forgot to say I have to leave at 10 because
Okay.
I have the Shruk meeting. So sorry about that.
No worries. Thank you, Laura, for letting us know. Do we have Joanna?
Hi, Joanna Courtenshaw Allen, Community and Recreation Coordinator for Foothills County, and I'm one of the liaison with this board.
And last but not least is our Candace.
Good morning. I'm Candace Anthony. I'm the cemetery specialist for Foothills County as well as Foothills Cemetery. I've been here for 12 years and I enjoy meeting all the new council members and board members, and welcome aboard.
Thank you. I don't think I've missed anybody.
Oh, Manager Barrett.
Oh, I'm sorry, Manager Barrett.
Morning, everybody. My name is Sherry Barrett. I manage our legislative services department here at the county, and I'm just stepping in today. We're a little short staffed, so I'm running your live stream.
Thank you very much. So I think we can move on to the agenda. Okay, item 3, the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda? Yes, Joanna?
Madam Chair, I have one item. It is, I'm requesting that the board consider a maintenance contract under item 7.3.
7.3? A maintenance contract?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else? Not seeing any. Can I please have someone adopt the agenda?
I would make that motion to adopt the agenda.
As amended?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone not in favor? Not seeing any? Motion carried. Okay, we will move on to item number 4, board acknowledgement. So we will need to go and acknowledge all our members of this board. So can I please have somebody make this motion?
I can do that.
Go
Go ahead.
Okay, Ed, would you please do that?
Moved by Ed McNevin to acknowledge the appointments of the following municipal representatives to the Foothills Cemetery Board. Town of Diamond Valley on October 29th, 2025, Councillor Cindy Halliday, Councillor Hazel Martin, and Deputy Mayor Jonathan Gordon, alternate. Foothills County on October 29th, 2025, Division 3 Councillor Laura Kendall, and Division 5 Councillor Alan Alger, alternate. And to recognize continuing community members Arlene O'Brien, community member at large until December 31st, 2025, and Ed McNevin, Royal Canadian Legion, Turner Valley Branch 78 representative.
Thank you, Ed. Anyone opposed? Not seeing any, motion carried. So we will now move on to item number 5, the minutes from, okay, so on item number 5.1, cancellation of the October 16th, 2025 meeting. So can we have somebody make that motion?
I can make
can
that,
give
Hazel.
it to Hazel.
Okay, okay, Arlene.
Moved by Arlene O'Brien to acknowledge that the October 16th, 2025 meeting of the Foothills Cemetery Board was cancelled.
Thank you. Anyone opposed? Not seeing any, motion carried. We will now move on to item 5.2, adoption of the September 18th, 2025 minutes. And I get to be only Ed or Arlene that could make that motion. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
I could give it to you again.
Okay, thank you, Arlene.
Moved by Arlene O'Brien to adopt the Foothills Cemetery Board September 18th, 2025 meeting minutes as presented or amended.
Thank you. Anyone opposed? Not seeing any, motion carried. We will now move on to item number 6, the cemetery update with Candace.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. The current work since the April 17th, 2025 meeting. The cemetery inspections have been good. Fall cleanup has been complete. 1 full burial interment in the traditional section, 2 cremation plot licenses, and 1 interment in the traditional cremation section. 7 plot licenses in the Highlands sections for residents, 2 plot licenses in the Highlands section non-resident, 5 full burial interments in the Highlands, 1 plot license and interment in the Field of Honor in the Highlands for a non-resident, 4 columbarium licenses for resident, 5 columbarium licenses for non-resident, 3 columbarium interments, 2 plots on hold in the Highlands section block 9, 2 plots on hold in the Highlands cremation section block 10, 3 plot returns in the traditional section, and 10 monument permits.
Well,
That was a
thank you.
mouthful.
And now that's been for 2025?
As of right now, yes, since April.
Wow. So you've been busy.
I've been busy.
Does anybody have any comments or questions for Candace? Not seeing any. So I will motion to accept the cemetery specialist report and place on file for information purposes. No comments. Anyone opposed? Not seeing any. Motion carried. So we will move on to item 6.2, the cemetery inventory 2025 interim report.
Yeah, so in your package, you got a Foothills Cemetery inventory as of December 11th, 2025 for your review. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me.
Could you share that report?
Yes.
Maybe not.
Yes, it's in the attached. It's attached.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions?
I can send it to Hazel after if you didn't receive it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Does anybody have any questions about the inventory report? No?
I did break it down in the bottom part of the report for total licenses in 2025, residents of Diamond Valley, residents of Foothills County, and non-residents of Cayley, Okotoks, Staveley, and surrounding areas that are not within Foothills County.
just for your
Information.
information.
Okay. So no comments or questions? Okay, so anyone opposed? Not seeing any, motion carried. So item number 7, we have a closed session. So can I have somebody give us a motion to move into close, please?
I can give you
I
that
can give you
motion
that
to go
motion,
into
Hazel.
closed,
Thank you,
Hazel.
Laura. Thank you, Councillor Kendall.
Madam Chair, before we go into closed, could you remind us who made the motion for the cemetery inventory?
That was me.
It was he.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so can we go into closed at
Yes, I think
9:42?
you just need to possibly vote on that motion to go.
Oh,
into
I'm
close.
sorry.
That's okay.
Anyone opposed? Not seeing any? Motion carried.
2, 1.
Thank you very much. We were just in closed to discuss a request in regards to funding. And so can I please have somebody make the motion in regards to a request that was made in regards to a cemetery plot?
I can make that motion.
Okay, can you please make that motion?
To deny the request from Mr. Adley to the Foothills Cemetery Board regarding extra charges for relocating a monument for the purpose of returning Harold Adley's urn. Motion made by Ed McNevin.
Thank you very much. Anyone opposed? Not seeing any. Motion carried. So we will-
I'm going to have to leave your meeting now.
Thank you very much, Councillor Kendall.
Thank you.
I'll take over.
Okay. That's great. Okay, we're going to move on to item number 8, the business. So when I'll turn this over to Joanna, please.
Madam Chair, I do have item 7.3.
7.3, okay.
Is the
For the maintenance
added
contract?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move into item 7.3, the maintenance contract, and I will have Joanna.
So our maintenance contract for Foothills Cemetery has expired, and I would request the board consider proceeding with advertising for the maintenance contract for a longer term of 3 to 5 years.
So it's the present day contractor that we have. Pardon me. So this has to be renewed every 3 to 5 years. Is that correct, Joanne? Okay.
That's correct.
Okay. And the maintenance includes the grass cutting and
Correct.
snow clearings done by the county. Is that correct? Or is
Yeah,
that?
So if I might, the maintenance that is included under this contract is groundworks that includes cutting the grass, spraying if necessary on occasion. We also have another contractor that we use for spraying. It also includes weed removal and any other maintenance items that are vegetation based.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's just more the summertime. Is that spring, summer?
Correct.
Okay. And when are you looking to start advertising?
I am looking to do the advertising in January as cleanup starts in late April or early May. We get a first cut in at that time as well. And then there's a cut for every week for June, July, August. And that's the end of your contract for each year.
Okay. Okay.
And I do remember now, my apologies, that Candace had requested that we go into the middle of September, simply because we do have, Mother Nature has given us the gift of green grass in September sometimes, and we really do need to deal with it. It makes it much easier for the spring. It also makes it much easier to do the cleanup in the fall.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have any? Oh, I'm sorry, Councillor Alger.
Thanks, Madam Chair. Johanna, so you want a motion that states the board directs staff to go out to RFP for maintenance contract for the Foothills Cemetery Board?
I would, if I might. I would request an invoice to direct administration to proceed with advertising for the maintenance contract for the Foothills Cemetery with consideration for the term being 3 to 5 years.
You want to invoice?
Advertise. Did I say invoice?
Yeah.
Okay, more
Okay.
coffee.
Madam Chair, I'll make that motion as stated by Johanna.
Okay. Anyone, oh, no, your hand's down. Anyone have any more comments? Anyone opposed? Not seeing any, motion carried. So now can we move on to item number 8, business? Joanna?
Yes, thank you. During the summer we had, or this fall, we had a bit of an emergent situation that needed to be dealt with. And there was an email that went out, and I know it's not the normal process that we're permitted to go through, but in this situation, it was emergent. And what I am looking for from for motion, I can read this out if you would like. It is to acknowledge that on November 18th, the board received I'm not going to read the motion here, I'll explain it. On November 18th, the board received an email with an emergent request, and it was to approve some additional work to the drainage and erosion program or project that was done. And the request was for additional aggregate, riprap, and another 14 meter by 500 millimeter culvert, with all of those being estimated at $12,500. And that funding was to come from the operating reserve, which there's plenty of room for that. Unfortunately, now Mother Nature, she promptly 2 days after that decided to make everything white. So, but I do need that the motion that was carried by the board to be placed in the minutes so that it's acknowledged.
Can we have somebody make that motion?
Sure, I can give you that motion. I don't know if I need to reread it, but it's just an acknowledged motion based on the material in front of us.
Okay, anyone have any comments? Any questions? Anyone opposed? I'm sorry, Joanna?
If I might, the motion does have the results in it, and I do believe that it does need to be read.
Okay, I can read it. So to acknowledge that on November 18th, 2025, an emergent request from administration was sent by email to the members of the Foothills Cemetery Board to approve additional 2025 drainage and erosion work, including additional aggregate, riprap, and additional 14 mil by 500 millimeter culvert estimated at $12,500 with funding from the operating reserve. 5 members of the Foothills Cemetery Board, 2 alternates, and Foothills County administrative staff were contacted by email on November 18, 2025, with the 5 voting members voting yes, and that motion was carried unanimously.
Okay. Anyone have any comments, questions? Anyone opposed? Not seeing any? Motion carried. So now we will move on to item number 8.2, advertising for community member at large.
If I might, sorry, my apologies. So the currently our community member at large, Arlene, will be ending her term on December the 31st. And as such, we have to advertised for, I have to advertise for another member, which may come from Foothills County or Diamond Valley. During that same email that came out, I did need to request from the Foothills Cemetery Board to allow the Foothills County to do the advertising on behalf of the Foothills Cemetery Board. And the board agreed. And so I have another motion, but I need a motion for that motion.
Okay. I can make the motion to acknowledge that the Foothills Cemetery Board agrees to the Foothills County advertising on behalf of the Foothills Cemetery Board for the Foothills Cemetery Board's community member at large. And it has then 5 members of the Foothills Cemetery Board, 2 alternates, and Foothills County administrative staff were contacted by email on November 18th, 2025, with the 5 voting members voting yes. Carried unanimously, pardon me. So, any comments or questions? Not seeing any. Anyone opposed? Not seeing any. Motion carried unanimously.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
on that note, we still have that vacancy, and the applications are still being taken in through Foothills County.
And have you had anyone apply?
None.
None yet. Okay. Will you look at social media, an ad in the Western Wheel? Does that sometimes draw some interest?
It was advertised in the Western Wheel, and it was on the website, and it is now linked from Diamond Valley's website to our website. And seeing in January, if we still don't have anything, then I think an additional ad in the Western Wheel may be necessary.
Okay. Well, hopefully we will find someone. Thank you very much to Arlene. You've served, 3 years on the cemetery board?
I believe so.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time that you have been with us. Councillor Alger.
I've enjoyed my time.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Arlene.
Thanks, Madam Chair. Johanna, so yesterday in council, we approved some new additions to our board and committee appointments, and there was some new people on some of the boards. Did we advertise for the Foothills Cemetery the same way we advertised for all these?
Yes, we did.
Okay. Nobody jumped up, eh? Okay. Good to know. Thanks.
And the county newsletter, does it go out monthly or quarterly?
If I might, Madam Chair?
Yes, please.
We have not had a newsletter, so it did not go out. However, I'll try and make sure that we get it on social media, and maybe that will spur some folks to step forward and who are interested in cemeteries, understanding that it is not a large commitment. We have 4 to 5 meetings every year, unless we need an additional meeting here and there, and we don't meet over the summertime.
Yes. And it's and hopefully we can find somebody for the day. It's a daytime meeting as well. So yeah. Okay. Is there anything else on that? So we can now move on to item 8.3, 2025 work item update.
So I just have to move this over here. The following items were on our work project for this year. The information board. I'd like to discuss at the end of the list instead of at the beginning of the list here. The general memorial walls, wall panels. The panels are in Canada. However, because of the change in the weather, they will not be able to be installed until the spring because there is drilling that is necessary into the granite, and that doesn't work very well when the granite is minus 18, 19, 20. We're just looking for a bit of troubles there. The work on the middle loop let's try that again. Middle loop road, the lower loop, and the east entrance, and replacing the culverts. I'm going to just share something with you here. It may make this a little bit easier if I can find my document. Come on, where are you? Oh, there you are. Hiding behind everything. What? My apologies.
Nope, no worries.
Okay, here we go. I am going to do this. And now I need to find you again. Where's my share? There it is. Oh. Why can I not share?
You should be good now, Johanna.
Okay, thank you. Can you see my shared screen? Oh, I have to pull it up. Oh, there we go.
See part of it.
Okay, can you see that now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I apologize. This isn't it's not in a PowerPoint, so you're stuck with my Word document here. So the Valeview Columbarium, and I'm just going to go through, and I know it does say that it was ordered in 2023. You need to know a little bit about the history, what we've gone through for this. It is an item from the previous years, but the Valeview Columbarium was ordered in May of 2023. In August 2024, the concrete pad and the urn row ribbon were constructed, and you can see this here. This is the columbarium pad, and these are the urn ribbons. Valeview arrived on November 28th, 2024, and that was the weather that day. It was nasty. I'm sorry, I don't have any photos from the installation that happened in March 2025. I'll change that now, this year. The Urn Move project started on the morning of April the 10th at 7:30 in the morning. This is the traditional columbarium that was located in the traditional section. So all of these members, all of these families had their loved ones moved from this columbarium, which is now decommissioned, up into the highlands in Valeview. So this is Valeview that was placed on that pad that was installed last year or constructed last year. This is the front looking north. This is the back looking south. So it's a lovely columbarium. On July the 10th, there was a family event that was to be held up at the cemetery, but Mother Nature didn't. Again, she threw us a little bit of a wrench, and the heavens opened up with tons and tons of water, And we ended up having the event in the arena in Diamond Valley. And thank you so very much to Diamond Valley for finding us a location to very quickly be able to pivot to a new location. And the families were very, very thankful. During that event, the original doors that were on the traditional columbarium had been cut and were presented to those family members to take those home with them. Do you have any questions about the Valeview move and the new columbarium that is in the Highlands?
I think it looks great,
It
Joanna.
looks great.
Oh, it looks so awesome.
Yeah. Is that the one that you're hoping to fill first? Like, yeah, or do you have a couple going? Couple columbariums that you're trying to fill?
If I might, Madam Chair?
Yes.
Candace, would you like to just go through how many are still eligible for in the other columbarium?
Sorry. So right now, our columbariums we have are the Valeview, which total number of niches is 60. There's 44 available for licensing. We have columbarium in the Highlands. We have 3 different ones at the end of each row, so equaling 24 niches, and there's 15 of those available. In the Lookout, we have 4 columbarium with 108 niches, with 48 available for licensing. And the Field of Honor has a 36 niche columbarium with 32 niches available for licensing.
So we have quite a bit of room.
Quite a bit of room, but they seem to, it seems to go in waves of columbarium licensing and interments.
Thank you, Candace.
And keeping in mind, each columbarium niche holds 2 cremated remains.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Joanna, would you like to continue? We can't hear you, Joanna.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
All right. So the drainage work that was conducted this fall, we had a little bit of a change in plan. Originally, there was a berm that was to be constructed. I don't know if you can see that here, just above the hairpin turn that we had in the traditional section. It was an appropriate time for us to change the configuration of that turn, so it is now much larger to allow a safer passage to around that corner for our clients, for our contractors, and for our staff. We're hoping, with everybody's fingers crossed, that the addition of that will have taken a large portion of the berm that was planned to be there. It will be reassessed in 2026 to see how it deals with moving the water more downwards as opposed to across the road and then doing all the erosion that it has in the past. So that was the middle loop, that project there. This red line here is the additional columbarium, the additional culvert, that's what it's called. Culvert that will be at the bottom of the stairs and along the remaining base of the old columbarium that was removed. Okay. Now the work that was done on this portion included a new ditch block which is large. It's very large as a collection and protection. In that email, we also were looking at the large rocks that will be placed above here. But again, the equipment can't get in there right now to put those rocks in because they would just slide down the hill. So there has been fencing that has been placed below, and we'll have to get some posts in there just so that there's a notation on where that spot is from the top. This portion here is the access that goes along for equipment to get up in the winter and the summer. Okay. These are the two culverts that are now in place. They are large. Originally, it was a 300 millimeter culvert that moved the water from this ditch block to the other side of the road. This should help to move that water more effectively where it ought to be going. What else can I tell you from here? I think that's all I can tell you right now from there. Do you have any questions on the drainage and erosion work that was done and is anticipated to be done?
Not seeing anyone's hands up, Joanna.
All right, I will stop sharing and I will go back to my list here. The phase 3 concept plan, I will send a copy of that orientation to you. I've asked for the reduction of another step if we can possibly do it, and also consideration for doing a bit of groundwork with it, so that our following steps, our following ribbons, will have a reduced number of steps. I don't anticipate that I'll get that document back until January, so I may send that out to you for your consideration then. And at that time, if we're happy with it, then I would request at that time going to RFQ. Oh, and then the information board. My apologies on that. The information board. So because there is a great big step down really in the slope in front or to the east of the existing base of the old columbarium, the map needs to wait until we can see at what level it needs to be. I've asked that once they put the culvert in there, it will raise, I'm hoping that it will raise the area, but it may need to be contoured a little bit better so that folks can stand in front of it and look directly at it, as opposed to putting their head back and having to look straight up. And that's all I have.
That's it? Okay.
That's it.
Well, thank you very much for your detailed report. Can we get someone to make the motion to accept the information?
I can give it to you, Hazel.
Okay, thanks, Arlene.
Moved by Arlene O'Brien to accept the 2025 work item update as presented and place on file for information purposes.
Does anybody have any questions or any comments? Not seeing any. Anyone opposed? Not seeing any. Motion carried. Now we will move on to 8.4, the 2026 operating budget and capital projects. And I'll turn this over to Joanna.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is just intended to be an update on the 2026 operating and capital projects. So just a bit of history for Deputy Mayor Gordon, as all of us were there for the first part of this year. On July 23rd, the board held a special meeting to approve for recommendation, the updated 2026 capital budget, the 5-year capital plan, 2026 to 2030, and the 2026 operating budget, subject to a maximum of 3% increase in wages and benefits. On September 18th, 2024, the board approved for recommendation the 2026 to 2030 Foothills Cemetery Board Operating Plan. On October the 8th, 2025, the annual budget letter to the board members and municipal partners was emailed for the 2026 budgeting process. On December 10th, 2025, Foothills County Council approved the 2026 operating capital budgets. So unfortunately, I don't have the ratified copy because yesterday it was ratified and I don't have a copy of it that's in a reasonable format. During our next meeting or within the next couple of days here, I will send you just a copy that identifies what was in the recommendation and what was approved. Okay. So project carryovers from 2025 to 2026 is the lower loop drainage, the additional aggregate riprap installation of 14 meter by 500 millimeter culvert, reassessment of the hairpin and the berm requirements, installation of the lookout memorial panels, and the map board. 2026 projects will include the 2 ribbon rows and columbarium pads, Field of Honor memorial wall, and the Highlands road drainage. Do you have any questions about the capital budgets or capital and operating budgets or the carryover of the projects?
Sounds like you're going to be busy.
Yeah, yes, that's true.
No, all these little improvements that you're making all the time, it just makes that, makes the cemetery look so good.
Well, thank you. It's a team effort, and without you approving and seeing the vision forward, it would not be possible.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to all the projects that you have coming in 2026. So, anyone else have any comments or questions for Joanna? Not seeing any. Can I have somebody give us a motion to?
Madam Chair, I can make that motion.
Thank you.
Proposed motion to accept the 2026 operating budget and capital projects report as presented and placed on file for information purposes.
Thank you very much, Ed. Anybody have any questions or comments? Anyone opposed? Not seeing any. Motion carried. So we will now move on to 8.5, the 2026 fees. Again, I'll turn this over to Joanna.
Just a moment, I'm having a technical issue here. I'm sure. Okay, so this morning, I did send the approved fees bylaw that will be with the Foothills Cemetery fees that will be effective on January the 1st. I will share that with you. If I can open that. That was my technical moment. Now I have another one. My mouse doesn't want to be moving things around here. Okay, let me go to the share thing again. Share. Okay, can you see that? All right, so during
Yes.
last week's Foothills County Council meeting, second and third reading was applied to the fees bylaw 67/2025. And the fees that are visible right now, here are the details. Were supported by the cemetery board. And let's see. It's just clarity that was given to the introduction. And just a reminder that plot and niche fees do not include interment fees. Fees for additional services, including but not limited to third-party interment, opening and closing of a grave only, will be invoiced to the client at the time of interment. The minimum of 20% of each plot and niche fee is transferred to the perpetual funds annually, and all monument work, including but not limited to fabrication, engraving, installation, repair, and columbarium niche door engraving, requires monument work permit approved by Foothills County prior to the commencement of work. All but not limited to monument and columbarium work in Note 4 is to be conducted by third-party service providers. Does anybody have any questions about those introductions? They were just cleaned up for clarity.
Have you been able to, were you not having a little bit of trouble of some service providers kind of not contacting Candace and proceeding ahead to place the monuments and stuff, the headstones?
There has been we've been able to rectify that problem for the most part. But this is a reminder to all clients that their monument companies are responsible for participating or submitting the application form for the work. And that application does need the client's signature. It also needs the signature on the proof of the monument that is being constructed.
And they all also have to, just for a little bit of background, they also have to provide you a photo of what it looks like. Is that not correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions on that portion? No, not seeing any. Would you like to carry on, Joanna?
So the fees, the only fee area where we saw fees change were in the non-resident, non-landowner area. There was a new fee that was instituted for the memorial programs, and that is for the Highlands Lookout, and in preparation of our 2026 memorial walls for the Field of Honor. That number was placed so that we didn't have to open the bylaw again to charge those fees. The other added. Why do I not have more than one page? Oh my goodness. Okay. The other fee that was instituted was a $250 fee for the purpose of transferring funds or transferring licenses. So if there's a transfer from one, thanks Candace, sorry, not transferring, but returning. So if somebody is returning a license to the cemetery, there is a $250 return fee. When previously it was $125, sorry, my bad. but the amount of work that's associated and it crosses more than one department to do this work. And finally, the last one is just for clarity what a historical resident is. The historical resident is to be 18 years plus. And I see that Deputy Mayor
That's a question.
Yeah, just a very technical piece. Whenever we're presented with these kind of fee schedule changes, it'd be great if you would strike through the previous amount and then in red put the new amount so that we're aware on the same chart exactly what was prior and then what will be moving forward.
Okay, if I might, Madam Chair.
Yes.
So this was what was approved last week. However, during our previous meetings, there were documents that the board did see and did approve. There is a copy for your reference in the September 18th minutes.
Thank you.
So Joanna, I wasn't at the September meeting, so I see you've doubled the non-resident fees. Are you finding that you are receiving requests, applications from outside of the community?
Yes. Predominantly, when we look at some of the, if we look to the north of us, columbarium niches and burial plots can run anywhere from $5,000 up to $18,000.
Wow.
So it is necessary and the board, over a number of years, this isn't anything new, but over a number of years, the board has realized the value of their own cemetery and the need to help protect those spaces for their residents and their ratepayers. As you can see, we do have a sliding scale, which was instituted 2 or 3 years ago, which has helped immeasurably in the number of requests to the board for exception to the fees bylaw or to the cemeteries bylaw identifying resident or non-resident. We have 4 classes of resident. We have a resident landowner, so that's somebody who lives on their own land. We have an absentee landowner, which pays taxes to either municipality, to Diamond Valley, or to Foothills County. We have a resident non-landowner who would be considered a renter. And in this situation, the landowner is also paying for their own family, but also for another family who may be living in a rental unit. So it was necessary to increase that rate a little bit. And the historical resident are for folks who have lived in the county or in Diamond Valley previously, Diamond Valley and Turner Valley for 10 years or more. And to recognize the time that they had been contributing to the cemetery through their taxes to support the Foothills Cemetery.
I think Councillor Alger has a comment for us.
Thanks, Madam Chair. I do have a question. Johanna, the non-resident rate that we increased for Foothills, we didn't do for county cemeteries, correct? I don't think, I just looked, we just did the bylaw here a couple of weeks ago or a week ago. I don't recall it. I don't think counties was the same cost. You comment on that?
No, I don't have a comment on that.
Okay.
I'd have to pull it.
You don't have to right now. It's just something
Yep.
I kind of came to my attention when we were doing the bylaw a couple of weeks ago. So,
Yep.
But maybe just have a look into that.
If I might, You put me on the spot. I didn't read that one this morning.
It just came to my mind too. No worries about it. We can look at it later. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's all I have on fees.
Okay, does anybody else having questions or comments? Oh, Candace?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just for your reference and the information to the board, there was 31 licenses in 2025 to date. 13 of those were non-residents.
Wow,
So we are seeing quite an increase because it's a beautiful space for starters, and our prices are that much lower even if you're a non-resident. So
wow.
we hope with the increase that kind of deters people a little bit.
Are we at all in line, like with the city of Calgary?
We are closer now than we have been in a while. Their prices are astronomical. I don't know how anyone can be buried there.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, so that's why folks are looking outside of the city?
that's right.
Yeah, okay. Can totally understand that. And I'm sure there are some that are former residents that have also asked, family to bring them back to the area. Not seeing any questions or comments. Can I have someone give us this motion, please?
I'll give you the motion, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Just hang on a sec here while I dig it up. I was looking at the fee schedule, Johanna. It is for county cemeteries, it's 3,000 for non-residents. So I don't know if we're trying to keep all our cemeteries consistent. I can't remember what that discussion was, but okay, Madam Chair, 8.5 proposed motion by Alan Alger to acknowledge the Foothills Cemetery County Fees Bylaw 67/2025 changes to Schedule J effective January 1st, 2026 for the Foothills Cemetery that were supported on September 18th, 2025 by the Foothills Cemetery Board Bylaw 67/2025. Received second and third readings on December 10th, 2025. Can I make that motion? Because I was not part of the original. There's a point of order.
To Joanna to help us out here.
Yes, I believe you were in attendance at some of the other meetings. The fee discussion started in June.
Okay. All right, then my motion stands. Thank you.
Okay, anybody have any questions, comments? Anyone opposed? Not seeing any, motion carried. So we will move on to item number 9, roundtable. Is there any roundtable discussions?
It's Arlene, and I just want to thank Candace and Johanna for all their help and for really enlightening me on what goes on in a cemetery and how fortunate we are to have these two ladies who really do care about the job that they do. So thank you very much. And I am going to make sure anybody I know reads the bylaws when they're faced with having to look into the funeral for a loved one. So thank you again. And I've really enjoyed my time.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us. It's been a pleasure working with you.
Thank you again, Arlene, and very good advice. So do we have any action items arising from this meeting?
I might, Madam Chair.
Yes.
So we have the maintenance contract. We have social media on the
Recruitment.
recruitment. And did I miss anything else here? Oh, the updated phase 3 plan.
Okay.
And I believe that's all, unless I've missed something.
Okay, so can we get a motion to accept the action items? I can give you that Hazel Martin to accept the action items as discussed. Anyone with any questions? Anyone opposed? Not seeing any, motion carried. So now we'll move on to item number 10, our meetings for 2026. And they will be held on the third Thursday of even months at 9:30 a.m. And just as a little reminder, February 19th, April 16th, June 18th, September 17th. This one will change till 1:30 p.m. That'll be a budget meeting, I presume. October 15th and December 17th. Does anyone have any questions or comments on the meeting schedule for 2026? Not seeing any. Can I have someone make the motion to approve our board meeting schedule?
I'll give you that, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much.
Moved by Alan Elger to approve the 2026 Foothills Cemetery Board meeting schedule as presented.
Thank you very much. Anybody with any comments or questions? Anyone opposed? Not seeing any, motion carried. So our next meeting, folks, will be on February 19th, 2026 at 9:30 a.m. And we'll adjourn this meeting at 10:48 a.m. And I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and all the best in 2026.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everybody, and Happy New Year.
See you in
Yes.
the new year. See you next
Christmas.
year.
Merry
My dad
Christmas.
would always say.
Thank you so much, everyone.